Hello everyone, welcome. Today we have a Skaven versus Empire game on Black Ark. My opponent is going to be coming in with old Taurus Boris Todbringer and the Temple Hawk Luminarch, as well as the ROR long rifles, a Bright Wizard, and a whole bunch of state troopers. On my side, we are going to have Ikit Claw riding around on his motorcycle, as many Skaven slaves as we can get, some Poisonwind Globadiers, the ROR Rattling Gunners, some Storm Vermin, and some Night Runners to lead up the charge here. So, as well as some Storm Vermin Howling over here. Those are perhaps important as well. So I was going to just go Flensing Ruin him immediately, but the Templehawk Luminarch ROR does have a net that has gotten me before, so I wanted to keep my lord away from that. We're going to go ahead and take both of the center caps and try and get the Night Runners in range of Boris. He's going to run away, and beyond that, we can just hold still, because we are holding both of the points. Gonna pop the gas on the teeth breakers so they do not get hit by any snipers or anything. Makes them invisible. Night Runners are going to start getting some volleys off as they run away from the swordsman. A double summon of Empire Knights to run down the Night Runners is not a bad idea. And the Empire is closing in over here. Boris and his ilk are going to be able to deal with them, but Boris is going to have to run away, where he just keeps eating volleys. Started using the Night Runners more, and they are quite good. With their constant ability to provide pressure while moving. Boris, of course, does have healing, though, so he's just going to heal on up from the slight damage he took. Night Runners finally getting caught up by the Empire Knights. Flensing Ruin does finally go down on old Boris. And we're going to send in some Skaven slaves and the Storm Vermin to try and fight these Empire Knights to get the Night Runners out from engagement with them. Ikit going to drop some magic over here and engage along with the Skaven slaves. The Empire Knights run away, and we are able to keep our Night Runners alive. Engaging over here. Looks like it's going okay for Ikit. Ikit misses his... what is that thing called? The Storm Demon goes ahead, shoots into the air, and whiffs it with his big old staff there. A couple of Skaven slaves getting a little excited, but overall reforming the ranks, getting in some Rat Ogres, as well as the Giselles to get some free shots in. Over here, going pretty well with Ikit tearing things up alongside his Storm Vermin. Storm Vermin are going to dodge that big fire attack. And the Rattling Guns are still a little out of range. A little bit of terrain difficulties over here, but they're going to try and start opening up into the Empire Knights as well. Ikit getting dove on by Boris, going to just roll away as the Night Runners open up into him. Everything getting routed by Burning Head, except for the Storm Vermin, since they have plenty of armor. And now we have 3 units of Night Runners to go ahead and surround Ikit, so we can get some constant pressure going on over there. And the Sunmaker has come, and this is going to be a problem. It looks like it's going to get an okay volley here. Who knows with the Sunmaker, really? They might not even hit it. Oh, yeah, there you go. Is this last one going to be it? Yeah, it was decent. We got like 25%. But Luckily, we ran away, and we're going to have to pull the trigger to deal with the Sunmaker. We're going to call in some dogs, send them all the way around, and to distract, we're going to send in all of the Skaven slaves, since they're about the same price as the dogs. So, good to make sure that they actually get their worth. The ROR Rat Ogres went a little deep, are going to get routed by Old Bori and the Empire Knights, but we're able to reestablish control here and start pushing forward. The Rat Ogres sliding around the outside to make it to the Sunmaker, and we still have the Natty Boobos and the Teeth Breakers in the center. Kind of alone, probably should have kept some Storm Vermin with them. But everything over here moving up well, some Storm Vermin, Eshin Triads, whole little ball of, what do they call it? Doom? Death Ball? Yeah. I haven't really played much with Death Balls in this game, but you can definitely do it, especially when you've got a bunch of Firewall move units. Another Frenzing Ruin on Boris Todbringer, gonna go ahead and hit his knights as well. And the dogs were able to make it onto the Sunmaker. Looks like they're going to be able to chew up those guys pretty well. The Empire Knights are going to intercept them basically immediately, but they were at least able to shut that all down. Empire Knights still getting peppered by the Gutter Runners. Skaven Slaves in the middle, just thrown away. Other Skaven Slaves holding the line. These Skaven Slave Spears made it all the way to the back, actually. I guess going to engage with the Empire Knights now. Gutter Runners getting desummoned once they run out of ammo. Teeth Breakers and Giselles just opening up into whatever they can. And we try and dive the snipers with the Rat Ogres, but the Templeoff Luminarch finally going to show off its net and stop them so they can get a charge with all of the cav. This is a pretty nice little tech here. I like the stopping it and letting the snipers gun them down. Of course, the snipers in turn get gunned down by some machine gun guys over there. I'm gonna go ahead and rout, which I don't blame them. They just got fully bombarded. Ikit comes in here and is able to rout the remainder of the Empire Knights. He's going to go ahead and run home. We have 3 Gutter Runners shooting into Boris, as well as the Rattling Gunners. Templeoff Luminarch getting some good shots into Ikit. Natty Bubo's a little distracted, but back here, calling in a chieftain to secure the back point along with all of the Skaven slaves. Boris able to do some good work on Ikit in combination with the Templeoff Luminarch, sniping him. Some Flagellants coming out, as well as the ROR Sigmar Sons. Toddy able to finally rout Ikit, but is surrounded by many shooting pieces to fire on him, even some full health Storm Vermin coming in. We do already have Eshin Triads fighting him, as well as a couple of Storm Vermin with halberds, but nothing in a couple more won't fix. Get into the Empire Knights with the Storm Vermin with halberds, as some more Rat Ogres finally make it. And the Templeoff Luminarch, still putting in shots from downtown, is able to finally get Ikit to run all the way away. The Poisonwind Globadier is going to finally move up and start trying to take out some of these swordsmen. And luckily, Ikit actually rallies, as we are able to break Boris with the combination of the Eshin Triads and the Rat Ogres. In the back, we have the Silver Bullets and the Mage still alive, forming something of a gun line with the snipers that still remain. Flagellants going to come in and take a pretty good trade against whatever they fight, so we're going to make them fight Skaven slaves and keep all of the good units fighting something else. Run the Storm Vermin away from the Flagellants so they just take damage from the Night Runners. Swords caught up on some Skaven slaves, going to take some big damage from the Deathglow Bombardiers. Uplock Luminarch, trying to fight a whole thing of Storm Vermin. The Chieftain getting in with the Flagellants and some Rat Ogres, going to make quick work of them. The other Flagellants walking into Iket's spells and going to get bombed by some Deathglow Bombardiers at the same time. Boris has re-rallied and come back to get Iket. Iket's going to drop one final Flensing Ruin before he gets routed and then killed. Luckily, the Chieftain over here, new tech that I just learned about yesterday, the Chieftain with Power Grab is going to allow us to not immediately lose the game when we lose our Lord. There will be a bit of a leadership debuff, but Power Grab is going to cut it in half, so only -8 instead of -16. Our Chieftain is now in charge of this whole army. Praise be him. The Poisonwind Globadiers and the Eshin Triads are going to get fully wrapped up over here by more Empire Knights coming out, along with the Flagellants, leaving us only with the left side on our hands. The Stormvermin were fully routed by guns, and we're going to try and push on to his point to recapture it. The Rat Ogres, ROR Rat Ogres leading the charge, Stormvermin still here, along with the Chieftain, so we should be able to take a pretty good fight here, but the Silver Bullets are just laying into anything that gets near them. Those Rat Ogres looking like particularly juicy targets, already going to be at about half health before they can get over there. Double Empire Knights, along with some swordsmen, able to retake the point from me. We're going to wait a little while, get some Skaven slaves up here, and try and bombardier all of the remaining units over here, since it is mostly not single entities. Boris going to get into a fight with Stormvermin with halberds, as well as the Chieftain. Quite a poor choice, I would say. But it is going to hold down the Stormvermin enough for the Bright Wizard to get a very nice spell in on there, as well as a Burning Head over here that routs some Skaven slaves. More Clan Rats and Skaven slaves pushing up to try and take his point. Rat Ogres and Eshin Triads finally re-rallied, going to attack the reinforcements over here. And we're going to form a line and bomb him with the Poisonwind Globadiers on this side. The Empire Knights coming in with a big charge, going to try and get held down by the mass of bodies that we can get. If we can just get them all in one spot and then Poison Wind them like that, then very good. In real life, all of them would have died, as well as all of the rats in about that area around them, which would have been totally acceptable losses. Even as it is, that's basically what happened. And another volley is going to go ahead and break their leadership just as they touch the Poisonwind Globadiers, meaning that this side is going to be a wrap as the Poison Winds continue to kill everything that remains. The push over here is not going well. The Spearmen and Swordsmen are just holding off everyone that we've got. Sigmar's Sons, unbreakable, even chasing down the Gutter Runners. These Silver Bullets are in a decent trade with the Clan Rats that decided to just stand over there and get shot for a little while. On the other side, Spearmen reinforcing along with the ROR Demigryph Knights, going to come in and support the remainder of their Flagellants. Boris coming down to assist his ROR Knights in the final push to try and dislodge the Avalanche Mortars. Avalanche Mortars going to open up and get some shots into the Knights before we get dove on by Boris. Night Runners over here to continue to provide consistent damage on Boris. Pretty horrific shots, going to absolutely rout my own units here, but going to take about 30% off of the Demigryph Knights. Avalanche Mortars going to get shut down immediately, but we resummon the Natty Bubo Sharpshooters, which are going to start opening up into Boris, along with a whole heap of Skaven slaves to act as a meat shield in front. Boris gets routed for a third time, and we're going to start shooting into the Demigryph Knights to rout them as well. The Chieftain having a decent fight over here by himself into all the spearmen as the clan rat with spears surrounded the Bright Wizard, probably finally ran out of magic. Random Skaven slaves blocking the advance, and that's going to be it. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed, and let's see what the final tally was. So Icket's going to give us about 2,000 value. Very nice. I appreciate my lord actually paying for himself after playing so much Queek, because Queek normally does all of nothing, just running around and getting kited. Very nice from the Natty Boobos as always. And on his side, Boris did pretty solid. That Bright Wizard, I felt like, got way more done than that. Temple Hawk Luminar got some very good shots into Icket. I actually think that was one of the better uses of it that I've seen. Silver Bullets putting in huge work. And the Empire Knights did quite well. The Sunmaker did get shut down pretty quickly. That could have been a big game changer if it didn't, if they didn't fully rout from the rats. But that's why we keep at least one thing of rats. The rat wolves are very important for stopping artillery from just eating this whole build. Well, yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. See you.